Anybody tell me where Zaire is? Somebody had the answer before. Where did you say? Africa, that's right. Did you know that in Zaire they speak French and English like we do here? Right? Did you know that? Yeah, they do. They speak French and English.
I just didn't know where they were.
Yeah, they're in Africa. Now, what is a hand in French? Is it le nier?
No.
What is it? What's the hand? Could anybody tell me?
Me?
La main?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. And who could tell me the number 3 in French? I want you all to say, because I know you know it. Trois. That's right. Un, deux, trois. So this story is about 2 little girls. They go to the zoo. It's about a humongous banana hat. Now this hat is a special hat because when you wear this hat, you and the monkeys in the zoo could chit-chat. And the monkeys speak in French and English. The monkeys say, "Ma petite Nephetiti, did you come to see us? Trois mains de banane." So what does that mean? 3 hands, and banane is a banana. So as you can see here, there's bananas on the hat. Okay? So it's 3 hands of bananas. Are you ready for the story?
Yes.
Yes?
Are those real bananas?
No. They're plastic bananas. You like bananas?
Yeah.
You do?
Yes. Wait, let me.
You do? I love bananas. They're my favorite. So this story is called, what's it called? Nefertiti and Sweetie.
Go to the zoo.
Have you guys been to the zoo?
Yes.
Really? Which zoo was it? The Toronto Zoo? And what kind of animals did you see? The Toronto Zoo?
We saw some
Hippopotamus. Uh-huh. Oh, you saw a polar bear? Wow.
Yeah.
What was the biggest animal you see at the zoo? The giraffe is the biggest? The elephant?
Elephants are biggest.
There's dinosaurs in there.
Really? I didn't see those.
I did. I saw the smallest one there.
Really? What is it?
The scorpion.
Oh, yeah. I was in the zoo. New Delhi. Her best friend is Nephetiti, whose parents are from Zaire. Nefertiti and Sweetie are neighbors. They met in the principal's office. It was a snowy day, on Nefertiti's first day at school. Sweetie was sent to the office for throwing a snowball, which was against the school rules. Can you throw snowballs in school? No. I didn't think so. They sat and stared at each other for the longest while until Nefertiti stuck out her tongue. And then she flashed Sweetie a warm-hearted smile. Every day, from that day, from house to house they would play. They pledged to be best friends forever and for always. Now, one Saturday, the girls complained to Sweetie's father, Papa G. They were sitting at the breakfast table drinking Indian tea. They complained that they were bored and they had nothing to do. Then Papa G thought for a second, and as if a light went on his head, he decided to go to the zoo. Well, Nefertiti was so excited that her hands began to shake. She said, "If we're going to the zoo, then there's something that I must take." She ran home saying she would be back in a flash. She had to go home to get her humongous banana hat. Can you repeat that? Humongous banana hat. The hat was the size of 5 watermelons wide. It had 3 hands of bananas on it, one in front and one on each side. Its a big, broad brim was orange and yellow in color and can shelter at least 5 children in any kind of weather. Nefertiti's hat always hung on her bedroom wall. It was 10 inches thick and 24 inches tall. Her parents, you know what her parents told her? Her parents told her that when she was a little baby, they used to bathe her in the bowl of that hat. Do you know what the bowl of the hat is?
Yeah.
What is it? That's right. So when she was a little baby, we used to bathe her in the bowl of the hat because she refused to bathe in the, what do we bathe?
Bathtub.
That's right. She refused to bathe in the bathtub, and that was simply that. Her hat was a special gift. A special gift from her grand-mère Zuzu, who told wonderful stories about herself and her older sister Ashanti Vert and their amazing adventures as children exploring the jungles of Zaire. Grand-mère stories were of lions and tigers and alligators too. Some of the same animals in Zaire are at the zoo. There was giraffes and snakes and a variety of birds that sang beautifully. But Grandma's favorite animal was always the monkeys. Grandma said that when she wore her humongous banana hat, her and the monkeys in the jungle could chit-chat. The monkeys would say, "Ma petite Zuzu, did you come to see us? Toi, man de banane. Oh, they're looking so scrumptious. Ma petite Zuzu, come over here and let us see. We can play and share together. One for you, and one for me." That's right. Now, when Nephetiti returned with her humongous banana hat, Papa G's eyes popped out of his head. She told him all about Grandma Zuzu and all the things that she had said. But Papa G thought for a second. And as the light went on in his head again, he decided to drive them to the city zoo. Now, it was a blessing that the drive to the zoo was not too far because, you know why? Because Sweetie, Nephetiti, and the
This banana hat.
could barely fit in the back seat of Papa G's little car. But then you know what happened? When they reached the zoo, people stopped and stared. They talked and they mocked about the hat on Nefertiti's head. Some people, they whispered. Some boldly said, "What on earth is up with that?" They were smoking. They were smirking. They weren't smoking, trust me. They were smirking and laughing at Nefertiti's. When Sweetie noticed this, she reached over and she held her best friend's hand. Papa G assured the girls that sometimes people just don't understand. He said, "People don't know that the person wearing this banana hat can make all the monkeys in the zoo chat. Nefertiti says, "Papa, I know that sometimes people can be unkind, but if they're not friendly to Nefertiti, Papa, then there certainly won't be a friend of mine." And with that, she took her best friend's hand and they went to see the animals. There were lions and tigers and alligators too. Some of the same animals in Zaire were at the zoo. But then, when Nefertiti reached the monkey's domain, they were quiet. They were not chattering about. She turned to Sweetie and said, "Oh, I feel like shouting out." See, she did not expect the monkeys to be so quiet like that. Nefertiti decided then to take off her
Humongous banana hat.
But, as she was lifting it off, she heard some very loud clattering. It was the monkeys calling her by her name, and they were dancing and chattering. The monkeys chanted, "Ma petite Nefertiti, did you come to see us? To our land de banane. Oh, they're looking so scrumptious. Ma petite Nefertiti, come over here and let us see. We can play and share together. One for you and one for me." Well, when people noticed this, they ran over and said, "Oh, I want a hat like that." They wanted to know where she got her
Humongous banana hat.
But Sweetie said that Nefertiti said her hat was the only one of its kind. But right now, people, if you don't mind, I have some friends to get back to. She then turned to Papa G, Nephetiti, and all the monkeys, and they played till 2:30. Everybody watched as the monkeys talked, and they said, "Ma petite Nephetiti, did you come to see us? Toi man de banane, oh, they're looking so scrumptious. Ma petite Nephetiti, come over here and let us see. We can play and share together. One for you, one for me." You guys want to say that with me?
Yes.
Ma petite Nephetiti, did you come to see us? Toi man de banane, oh, they looking so scrumptious. Ma petite Nephetiti, come over here and let us see. We can play and share together. One for you and one for me. Wonderful. Did you like that story?
And read and write are now a successful writer. You can be,
Ta-da!
and you should be proud of yourself.
Absolutely. It means that if you later on in life want to write as well, it's a very good career. How many people like to read and write now?
What?
It's a promising thing. You know what? I had a storyteller. Her name is Dr. Rita Cox. She's famous. See? She knows. She is famous. She tells stories all over the world. And you know, when I was a little girl, she was my librarian from age 5 all the way to grade 8.
Wow.
She is amazing. Maybe, I think a little bit about her rubbed off on me to want to write stories as well.
He is the artist from Toronto, the person, the illustrator as well.
Well, he is Canadian, but his parents are from, as I mentioned before, one is from Jamaica, one is
I'm
from
sorry, yes.
Nigeria, yeah. Akinyame. And he's actually in Edmonton, which is another province.
Whoa.
Yeah. But when we get the other story out, I'll make sure to invite you all to come back and listen to that story. Would you like to hear it?
Yeah.
And you can also tell your parents that they can actually purchase the book as well. Okay?
The book will be in the library pronto. Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
it will be
It will be at the
this
library. Yes.
What?